Welcome. From today, we are entering a new chase step. It is of the values of a Sankhya Nishtha and Yoga Nishtha chase. Vedic knowledge, Vedic systems, Vedic mathematics, Vedic sciences, Vedic technologies are unique in their approach of the processing steps. Today, we are focusing upon the formulation Shunya, commonly accepted as zero value. Yoga system and Sankhya system run parallel to each other. Therefore, the students of Vedic mathematics, science and technology, students of Vedic systems of chase, sadhakas on the path of enlightenment, as well as the Vedic scholars, all have one thing in common, and it is that they process the existence phenomenon parallel to the existence of a solar universe, and this existence phenomenon within human body and within solar universe, as in body, so in universe, and as in universe, so in body, are the features which are of common parlance, and there are general features of it, but from today onwards, we will try to have an insight about the basic format of these processing steps. The Vedic system's chase is of Sankhya Nishtha and Yoga Nishtha parallel to each other. Sankhya Nishtha essentially avails the artifices of numbers, while the Yoga Nishtha avails the geometric formats. The artifices of numbers and the dimensional frames of geometric formats are providing us common parallel processing process. It is this common processing process along the artifices of numbers and dimensional frames which is the established processing of the Vedic system. So Vedas lead to the processing system which is known as Sankhya Nishtha and Yoga Nishtha running parallel to each other. Let us make a specific note that sadhakas fulfilled with intensity of urge to be parallel to the processing systems of Vedic setup shall have an insight about the common values of Sankhya Nishtha and Yoga Nishtha and how these values run parallel to each other. In respect of it, today we are taking up the conceptual comprehension of the formulation Shunya. Shunya is translated as zero. Now, Shunya is a formulation, and this formulation is availing as many as 5 letters: Sh, U, Na, Ya, and A. Therefore, as many as 5 letters are being availed for the composition of the formulation Shunya. When we say Shunya is value 0, then we have to approach it as a formulation Shunya, and formulation Shunya will take us to in the sequential organization of as many as 5 letters. These 5 letters are leading us to corresponding TCV values, and the emerging range of TCV values for the 5 letters of formulation Shunya are 2, 6, 8, 1 and 7, leading to summation value 18. A step ahead, when we are having a transcendence to dimension of dimension level of the dimensional frames of the pair of vowels U, elongated third vowel, and O, the first vowel, then we know that transcendence within the third vowel takes us to 3 as domain, 1 as dimension, and minus 1 as dimension of dimension, leading to value minus 3 when a pair of third vowels with the pair of values minus 3 and minus 3 are synthesized, then they lead to the value minus 1. Likewise, the first vowel with 1 as domain leads to minus 1 as dimension, and step ahead it leads to minus 3 as dimension of dimension. Product value comes to value 3. Now, when the consonant sh of TC value 2 is transcending through the vowel elongated U, then 2 multiplied by minus 1 is minus 2 is going to be the value. Likewise here, the transcendence through the first vowel with value 8 plus 1 9 multiplied 3 is 27, and the combined summation value comes to 25. See that the formulation Shunya as a composition of 5 letters leads to the TCV values range of summation value 18. However, when the transcendence takes place at the vowels, then the resulting value comes to be 18. Therefore, the sadhakas fulfilled with intensity efforts to have an appreciation of the conceptual term Shunya, then they have to be through this pair of steps. The first step being to have a sequential chase of the composition of the formulation Shunya as a setup of 5 letters leading to TC values range of summation value 18. Step ahead as a second step, the formulation Shunya as a composition of a pair of syllables when is having a transcendence at the vowels, at the dimensional frames. These lead to the value 25. Now, the sadhakas fulfilled with intensity of urge to have an appreciation of the formulation Shunya, then the Sankhya Nishtha and Yoga Nishtha as of the parallel formats will take us to steps ahead when it will be emerging as that the value 18 as it is leading to the value 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 is equal to 18, which is parallel to fourfold manifestation layer 3, 4, 5, 6 of hypercube of 5, the representative regular body of a 5 space. Therefore, the formulation Shunya as such, which is of commonly accepted as a 0 value, is taking us to 5 space. Therefore, the value 0 is the value which takes us to 5 space, which is a transcendental space. As it is a transcendental space, therefore it is a step ahead. Is a step ahead of the manifested creations, a 4 space. So the Shunya comes to be ahead of the creations. The manifested creations, when are transcended therefrom, then the manifestation is having a zero effect. One shall have a pause here and take note that Vedic systems are availing the values in such a way that parallel to the values there is going to be the geometric formats and value 0 as a Shunya formulation is at the first stage is taking us to the transcendental domain, a 5-space domain, which is a step ahead of 4 space. Now see the formulation Shunya as a composition of a pair of syllables is leading us to value 25, which accepts an organization 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7. So it is a 5-fold range, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. See, the first 4 folds, 3, 4, 5, 6 is parallel to the 4-fold manifestation layer, that is the value of hypercube 5 as a 5-space body manifesting within 4 space. And the 5th stage leads us to a transcendence range. And the value, this value is reaching that the transcendence from the transcendental domain manifestation within creator space. It is here where the Vedic systems are excelling themselves in their processing steps in such a way that within a creator's space itself, firstly the transcendence takes place, which takes away from the 4-fold manifestation layer, but it remains within the 4 space itself, like the 5 space playing the role of an origin of a 4 space. However, simultaneously, because of the spatial order of the creator's space, there happens to be a transcendence at the transcendental origin itself. It is this feature, it is this value which deserves to be comprehended well. Value 0 is the value which at the initial stage is taking us to the origin of a 4 space. 5 space is playing the role of an origin of a 4 space. Hypercube of 5 is the representative regular body of a 4 space. Therefore, within 4 space, there happens to be a manifestation of hypercube of 5, the representative regular body of a 5 space, which remains at its 0 value, and this manifestation happens at the center of hypercube 4, and it becomes the transcendental origin seat within creator's space. Formulation 0 as value 0 is initially taking us to the origin seat of the creator's space. Now as the hypercube 4, the representative regular body of 4 space with 5 space as origin fold of hypercube 5 and 4 space itself being of a spatial order, therefore the second dimension of the creator's space takes transcendence step ahead from a reach up till the origin of a 4 space, and this second step is going to be a transcendence within the transcendental origin itself. Let us have a pause here. Initially, value 0 as formulation Shunya as of TC value 18 takes us to the center of a force space. At the next step, because of the spatial order of a force space, there happens to be a transcendence within the vowels, within the dimensional frames of the pair of formulations, and this transcendence phenomenon within the pair of transcendence ranges takes us to value 25, whose organization is 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and as such this second phase of transcendence at the origin of the creator space itself happens to be a transcendence within the transcendental origin, and it is this which makes a transcendental range, and this range that way provides us a value 7 as the base fold. So 3, 4, 5 and 6 are the 4 folds of the transcendental domain, whereby it happens to be a manifestation with 6 space as origin, 5 space as domain, 4 space as boundary, 3 space as dimension. But this further transcendence at the origin takes us to the 5th fold, which is called a base fold. It is a transcendental base. As such, one shall sit comfortably and be parallel to this processing phases pair in number within creator's space. Once one is parallel to this, once one is comprehending it, once one is imbibing this, then one will be appreciating the real import of the formulation Shunya and the way Vedic systems are availing. Popularly, it is taken as if the India contributed the concept of a euro, 10 place value system, decimal system. But this is only one aspect of the comprehension of the concept of Shunya. Vedic systems go much ahead. Vedic systems avail this concept much farther away, and this reach of the Vedic systems in terms of the concept Shunyam deserves to be comprehended well. Before we proceed further, let us remind ourselves that formulation Shunya is occurring only once in the Atharvaveda Samhita. Formulation Shunya is appearing only once in the Atharvaveda Samhita. It is in mantra 3874. It is in the 14th Kanda and 2nd Sukta and 19th mantra. The mantra is reproduced here under, and the focus for the present is upon the formulation Shunya. Formulation Shunya is occurring only once in the Atharvaveda Samhita. One can appreciate the importance of the concept Shunya while one will be knowing that this formulation is being availed only once in the Samhita. Shunyam is the formulation which is being availed only once in the text of Atharvaveda Samhita. From this, we can have a proper appreciation as to how the Vedic systems are very precise in their chase. And the chase is as Sankhya Nishtha and Yoga Nishtha. Sankhya Nishtha and Yoga Nishtha run parallel to each other. Sankhya Nishtha is availing the artifices of numbers. Yoga Nishtha is availing dimensional frames. This step of Sankhya Nishtha and Yoga Nishtha running parallel to each other as formulation Shunya, as value 0, is a conceptual foundational base, and this base is being availed only once in Atharved in mantra 3874 in 14th Kanda, 2nd Sukta and 19th mantra. In this background, let us now visit the Ganita Sutra's text. Ganita Sutra 5 and Ganita Sutra 6 are availing the formulation Shunya. As such, the Ganita Sutras are availing this formulation twice, while Atharved is availing the formulation only once. From here, we can remind ourselves as to how the formulation Shunya is a formulation which is of a compactified layers, and these compactified layers of the formulation Shunya unfold themselves sequentially in a pair of phases. The first phase of unfoldment of formulation Shunya is in terms of the range of 5 letters being availed by the formulation Shunya, and the TC values lead us to values range 2, 6, 8, 1 and 1 up summation value 18, and value 18 as such is parallel to the organization 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6, which is parallel to fourfold manifestation layer 3, 4, 5, 6 of hypercube 5, the representative regular body of a 5 space manifesting within 4 space. The second phase and stage of unfolding of the formulation Shunya is as a pair of syllables, and this pair of syllables with first syllable availing a pair of letters, second syllable availing triple letters, and both are having single vowel, transcendence within the vowels, dimensional frames up till dimension of dimension level will lead us to the value 25, which is a composition parallel to 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7. It is a 5-fold range which takes us to a 5th fold, a fold ahead of the quadruple manifestation folds of hypercube 5. So it takes us to the transcendental base as a base fold for hypercube 5 manifesting within 4 space. Let us have a pause, let us sit comfortably, and let us try to imbibe these unfolding phases, stages, values and formats of the formulation Shunya in the context of the formulation Shunya appearing only once in the Atharved Samhita, while the same is being availed twice in the text of Ganita Sutras. Now further, when we are face to face the formulation Shunyam Samme Samuche, then we'll see that it is leading us to the formulation Shunya, Samme, Sam and Uche. See, the formulation Shunya we say is 0. Samme means parallel. Sam means equal. Uch means upward, and Che means choice. Therefore, if we are having a pair of flow lines of a common base, so there are parallel upward flow streams means samme, parallel, some equal, uch upward, che means by choice. So if from the common base we have a pair of flow upwards, if we throw from the common base and throw is upward, and when this upward choice is such that these have to remain equal, then we'll see that difference is going to be 0. So this formulation shunyam samme samucche is inherently availing a geometric format of moving upward. It is as if from the earth we are moving against its gravity, where for the pair of upward flow streams, pipes, paths, then when gravitation is equally pull available for both, and when both are exhausted fully equal to the gravitation force, and then they will be coming to value 0, then it is here where we can have a proper definition of the value 0. The beauty of the Ganita Sutras is that they are inherently having the geometric formats within their compositions. So the definitions of the formulations like Shunya can be seen lively, fully available, explicitly available, and formally available, definitely available, in specific terms same are available, and these are available in the experimental forms. These are demonstrated well in terms of our scientific, physical, experimental models type. Therefore, the sadhakas fulfilled with the intensity of virtue to be parallel to the Vedic systems, Vedic mathematics, Vedic processing systems, they shall be parallel to the processing steps of Sankhya Nishtha and the Yoga Nishtha. In the context of our first concept, Shunya, 0 as a value, Shunya as a formulation, the formulation as it is availed in the mantra 3874, taking us to be that Shunya is that which is devoid of everything, complete poverty. Everything stands taken out. It is a full void. It is null. It has nothing in it. That phase and stage when there is nothing in it, there is no wealth, there is an absolute poverty. It is that phase and stage, it is that concept, it is that visualization, it is that comprehension, it is that way the formulation Shunya is expressed in the Atharved in its only mantra where the formulation Shunya is being taken. However, in Ganita Sutras, the formulation Shunya, as we have seen in the context of Samme Samucche, now it is fully formulated in an experimental form, in a demonstrable form, in full expression, in explicit terms. And then a step ahead, the Ganita Sutras are taking Anurupe, means symmetrical. Now, it is not only that Shunya is being availed in an isolated way, it is in a symmetrically, like line is of a 0 area. Square surface is of a 0 volume. solids or of euro hypervolume. Like that, euro conceptually is mathematically workable formulation tool which is to be worked out in terms of a anurupe, means symmetrically. It is the symmetry which is being availed by the Ganita Sutras to have it, and then it is anyat, means it is to be brought. How it is brought? If we have x and y is equal to 0, then if it is 0, however large the y may be, if it is 0, however large the x may be, it is this way Ganita Sutras, as Ganita Sutra 5 and Ganita Sutra 6 are availing the formulation Shunya as a concept for value 0, which, and in the context it is being defined, it is being availed, it is being worked out, it is being demonstrated in the Atharvaved in its 3874 mantra. Sadhakas fulfilled with intensity efforts to be parallel to the processing steps, working steps of the mathematics, sciences and technologies of the Vedas shall approach the systems way. Vedic systems are to approach the parallel to Sankhya Nishtha and Yoga Nishtha, complementing and supplementing each other. Let us sum up that from today we are entering upon the processing steps of the Vedic systems. For it, we are to start with or availing Sankhya Nishtha and Yoga Nishtha running parallel to each other. Sankhya Nishtha avails the artifices of numbers and presumes the existence of geometric formats. Yoga Nishtha avails the dimensional frames and presumes the existence of artifices of numbers. Therefore, sadhakas shall sit comfortably, permit the transcending mind to be parallel to the Sankhya Nishtha and Yoga Nishtha, complementing and supplementing each other in the context of the value Shunyam, as is availed, worked out, demonstrated and preserved in this mantra, and as the same is being defined and is being chased by Ganita Sutra 5 and Ganita Sutra 6. From this phase and stage, we will be picking up the thread for continuing this comprehension of the Vedic systems model. Thank you very much.